Hello and welcome to Pixel Pirates Reviews, where I review the good, the bad, and the downright horrible. Today, we are going to be reviewing Ms. Marvel Episode 3. Before I get too far into this, I do want to say, as always, there will be spoilers for this episode. So, you have been warned. When we last left off, Kamala was being chased by the drones that the Department of Damage Control had sent after her, and Aaaaand had saved her with who we thought was Aisha. Well, it was not Aisha who saved Kamala. It was her best friend, Najima. But we find out that Aisha and Najima are not from this dimension. They are from a different dimension that have been exiled. And we realize, well, she tells us that they are what are known as jinns. And so for those of y'all who are not really familiar with Indian culture, jinns are genies, pretty much. They're evil genies. But they're like way worse. As Kamala described it, you have ghost stories, and then you have jinn stories. So there's quite a sizable difference there. And Kamala realizes that she is a jinn by default, because, her grandmother Aisha, it was a jinn. It has come to my attention that I have been saying grandmother. I meant to say great-great-grandmother, so just ignore that, please. Thank you. So, Najima is actually trying to tell Kamala about the history of the bangle. We jump cut back to the British occupation of India. Aisha and Najima are trying to find the bangle, or both of them, in order to get back home. They found one. Aisha takes it, but they get separated. Aisha is not seen from again, but I suspect Najima has something to do about that, based off her actions in this episode. Then we jump cut to basically Najima trying to manipulate Kamala into helping them get home. Kamala needs to think on that, so she rushes over to Bruno to tell him that she is okay, what she's learned, and to ask him to look into the jinns. While Kamala has to get stuff ready for the Mendi, which from what I understood is sort of a before party of a wedding. That's what I think it is, since I'm obviously not Indian. I don't know anything about their heritage or anything about it. I'm just trying to learn more about it for this series. So, yeah. Moving on, we cut to the Department of Damage Control moving in on a mosque, aka the same mosque that Kamala goes to. They try to search it without a warrant, but Kamala's friend, who is actually running for the mosque board, tells them they need to come back with a warrant, even they aren't above the law. And the priest agrees and is kind of perplexed at why they are there. Yeah. So, Kamala's friend comes to vent to Kamala at her house when she reveals to Kamala that she has been picked for the board. which is awesome that she was able to do that. So then we jump cut to the Mendy. Which, by the way, I still don't know exactly what it is. So if someone from India could tell me what the heck it is, I would really appreciate it. Because I have no clue. As Kamala is at the Mendy, we find out from the aunties that Kamala's grandmother could not make it. Because I guess she's too old and couldn't fly over there. I don't know, it isn't really specified. But we do know that Kamala's aunt is really not surprised. Because, well, she says that the grandmother did not come to the aunt's wedding, so why should she come to her son's? Which is very messed up in my opinion. That's a messed up outlook to have on it. We find out that Bruno actually left a present for Kamala. And could not stay because he had to go. He had to get back to work. Kamala goes ahead and opens the box out on the porch. It's her mask. Bruno made her a mask, which is awesome. Kamala asks the priest about if he thinks that Lightbright, which is the name everybody's calling her now, can do any good. And the priest, which I think is an excellent piece of advice. Good isn't a thing that you are. It is something that you do. That is amazing advice. Kamala really takes it to heart. And she goes to her cousin's wedding, where she has a heart-to-heart with her aunt, and they basically understand each other until the end of the episode. We realize that Cameron doesn't agree with his mother's, who is Najma, by the way. Cameron doesn't really believe in his mother's opinion, what they're trying to do. Eventually, Najma gets tired of waiting and decides to try and make Kamala do it. Cameron, of course, tries to warn Kamala, who, at this moment, is at the wedding. Cameron warns Kamala, and Kamala tries to fight off the jinns, with Cameron at her side for most of the time. Bruno tries to help her. He fails miserably. So Kamala, in order to get everybody out of there and out of danger, pulls a fire alarm, which nobody's too happy about. And, well, her friend figures out that Kamala is Lightbright, which the friend looks really, really hurt that Kamala did not tell her. But the friend takes Bruno to go get healed or whatever, and Kamala goes home. Her aunt and uncle ask Kamala what's wrong, what's going on with her. She can tell them anything, basic parenting talk. But Kamala, she honestly can't tell them anything. So they go disappointed while Kamala goes to her room. when all of a sudden she gets a call from her grandmother, who asks Kamala if she has seen the train. Well, the train that she's talking about is another one of the Bengals' weird mind illusions? Mind stuff? I don't know how to explain it, but basically when Najma and Kamala were fighting, Najma touched the bracelet, and they both saw a train that says Karachi down on the front. Well, her grandmother saw it too. And she lives in Karachi. So, in the next episode, Kamala has to convince her aunt to go with her back to Karachi. Which I suspect that they are going to get much closer here in the coming episodes. Now, what did I think of the camera work? Now, the camera work. It's not really good yet, but I didn't mind it. I could at least sit through an entire episode without cringing. And the sound design, it dipped a little bit from last episode. The sound design was worse than last episode. Which, come on guys, you need to step it up. But yeah, so I would rate this episode 6 out of 10. I mean, sure, I could sit through it without cringing, but I didn't enjoy it, which I think is saying something. But that's my opinion. Thank you all for watching. If you like this type of content, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon to be notified when I upload a new video, and yeah, I'll see you all next time, where I'm going to be reviewing a movie based on the King of Rock and Roll. See ya!